The year is 2000. Reed Hastings flies to Dallas with a proposal. Sell Netflix to Blockbuster for $50 million. The Blockbuster CEO listens to the pitch, and then, according to multiple people in that room, he barely holds back a laugh. $50 million for a DVD by mail company? No chance. That meeting lasted about an hour. Within a decade, Blockbuster was bankrupt, and Netflix was worth billions.
Today, if you want to visit a Blockbuster video, you have to travel to Bend, Oregon. It is a quiet, nostalgic relic, the single store remaining on the entire planet. But this chart shows the sheer volume of the company at its 2004 peak. In that year, Blockbuster operated 9,000 global stores, employed 84,000 people, and pulled in $6 billion in revenue. Renting a movie on a Friday night was a practically mandatory American ritual. Millions of families coordinated their weekends around walking those aisles and picking out a physical tape. Blockbuster held a total monopoly on weekend entertainment. Extinction seemed completely impossible for a corporation with that kind of cultural gravity. To understand how they collapsed, we have to look at how they grew. Back in 1985, Blockbuster scaled rapidly through sheer data management. They brought barcodes and digital tracking to a highly fragmented rental market. This map illustrates their hub-and-spoke supply chain. Central warehouses ran predictive algorithms to anticipate demand, shipping highly specific batches of movies to regional stores. With this efficiency, Blockbuster opened a new location every 17 hours, systematically crushing independent shops across the country. But this pie chart breaks down Blockbuster's revenue, exposing a critical vulnerability. They generated nearly $800 million a year, 16% of their total revenue, strictly by penalizing customers with late fees. Punishing your own users generates intense resentment. That friction creates a massive opening for any competitor willing to offer a better experience. In 1997, a software entrepreneur named Reed Hastings returned a rented copy of Apollo 13 and got hit with a $40 late fee. Frustrated by the penalty, he and Mark Randolph launched Netflix. Netflix operated on a subscription basis. They mailed DVDs directly to your house, and they promised zero late fees. But by the year 2000, the dot-com bubble had burst. Netflix was burning through cash and faced a precarious financial future. Hastings flew to Dallas to make a desperate pitch. He offered to sell Netflix to Blockbuster for just $50 million, proposing that his team run Blockbuster's online hybrid delivery business. Blockbuster CEO John Antioco dismissed DVD by mail as a niche fad. He quite literally laughed the Netflix executives out of the room. Incumbent leaders often look at their massive physical footprint and see permanent security. That confidence leads them to mock agile challengers instead of acquiring them. Over the next few years, Netflix steadily scaled a highly loyal subscriber base. Blockbuster, meanwhile, began bleeding market share. Antioco eventually recognized the threat. In 2004, he launched Blockbuster Online and completely eliminated late fees to neutralize Netflix's main advantage. That pivot worked with consumers, but it took a $400 million toll on the balance sheet. Activist shareholders, led by Carl Icahn, revolted against the losses and demanded immediate profits. The financial strain triggered a boardroom coup in 2007. Antioco was ousted, and former 7-Eleven executive Jim Keyes took control of the company. Keyes dismantled the online strategy. He raised prices, slashed digital marketing, and funneled resources back into the legacy brick-and-mortar retail stores. He completely abandoned digital expansion at the exact moment Netflix prepared to launch its killing blow, on-demand digital streaming. Sacrificing a digital future to satisfy Wall Street's demand for quarterly profits guarantees a corporate collapse when the underlying technology permanently shifts. The 2008 financial crash exposed Blockbuster's remaining liabilities. The company was sitting on $1 billion in debt and thousands of expensive long-term real estate leases. Terrified movie studios pulled their historical 90-day credit terms. They demanded cash up front, immediately suffocating Blockbuster's liquidity. By September 2010, the stock was delisted from the exchange. The company officially filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Thousands of stores shut down in a total liquidation. Dish Network bought the remaining scraps for a fraction of their former worth. Meanwhile, Netflix, the tiny startup Blockbuster refused to buy for $50 million rocketed into a global streaming monopoly worth over $250 billion. Companies rarely die because they move too quickly. They fail because they move too slowly. If a business refuses to disrupt its own profitable legacy, the competition will happily do it for them.
There was actually a point around 2007 where Blockbuster was winning the streaming war, properly winning. And then they threw it away for reasons that are almost unbelievable. If you want to know how companies really die, subscribe to this channel. The next video covers a failure that's even more painful than Blockbuster's.